Your numbering, like, it makes no sense. This is insane. The numbers don't even literally add up.
You've been slightly critical about some of my scoring, some of my numbers. So how are you feeling about the exercise we're gonna go through today?
Well, really excited to be here, first of all. Obviously, some of the critique was purely for content, and some was just genuine disgust and hatred. But I think it's a lot of fun. And like, I think what makes this format and this whole thing so much fun is that you're not only just showcasing the like objective statistics, how many games, whatever Magnus Carlsen won in his career, but the things that you can actually debate.
Okay, we're going to start with the player card for Prague. What do you think here?
Yeah, we see right away that the CAL, this calculation, I guess, is getting 92 because he's very famously a student of Ramesh, and Ramesh is known as a coach of calculation. I don't view him as a calculation-based player, despite all the calculation he does with Ramesh. I would have something else pop out rather, like maybe a strategy. It's also very high, but maybe I would have it higher than calculation just to show that he's more of a positional player, more of a strategist than a calculator. His time management is 83. I didn't notice it to be that bad, but I beat him in 2 games, 2 of our last games, which was partly because he must have tried to target me and took a lot of risks perhaps, but I wouldn't think the time management was the main issue. I think intuition higher. Intuition calculation there, I would flip it there. I think he's more of an intuitive player. Yeah, Prague doesn't strike me as a big defender because he is very well prepared, and people who are very well prepared don't end up in many bad positions. They don't need that skill of defense as much. I would have ranked him in a very boring way to have everything very close to each other. He's a very, very well-rounded player without clear weaknesses.
What would you give him overall in 2025?
Let's take peak Magnus, and like he's the best at everything probably. So he's 95, established world-class top 10 guy would be like 90 and above. And then we could give Prague easily a 91, let's say.
And let's move on to one of your friends, Vidit.
Yeah, I saw this Vidit got roasted. He was very unhappy also.
He was not happy with me at all.
David, it was good being friends with you. I think it's brutal. Anyone can do a better job than David, yeah. Run for your life, David, run!
If Prague had 84, then Vidit having 83 is not at all an insult because Prague is a world-class player, so is Vidit. It made me rethink the way I see Vidit too, because I never thought he's a calculation guy at all. But when people started saying it, I thought, okay, maybe I'd never noticed it. I told him like he's an intuitive player who doesn't trust his intuition. The first move that comes to his mind, the intuitive move, it's always very, very decent, very good. Okay. So having his intuition be so low is to me very, very surprising. I would put time management as his weakest thing. So that would make
swap those two.
Or swap or push it. Just push intuition higher, like make intuition, I don't know, 87. I would maybe give strategy more just to showcase that he has some real strengths. Calculation and intuition both quite reasonably high. Maybe showcase his style by putting strategy to the high and time management to the low. He has that thing with mate in one. Do you think it's intuition?
I don't know. It's just
it's some sort of a bug. I think it's a bug.
It's a glitch in his.
I think intuition is good, but there's a bug somewhere. I don't think it's intuitive. Yeah, it's not calculation either. It's one move.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to give some space, so I'll give him like maybe 88. I was gonna say 87, but there is one friendship point.
What would you rate him out of 100 friendship score?
For friendship, 110.
We go to the world champion next, Gukesh.
Okay, I mean, still, like 98 is too much. I mean, he's good at calculation, but
okay,
let's give it 94. Let's not exaggerate. Just because Magnus gave one interview, you shouldn't like go nuts. Yeah, let's keep it civil. Intuition. Well, he's a world champion. He's a world-class player. Of course, it's low relatively to his other colleagues, but I guess below 80 is not needed. Just because we have Gukesh's fans watching. Time management, I'd have to be very rough there.
You think 85 is maybe even too generous?
Okay, it's already very low for a world champion. So, but between 80 and 85, defense is tremendous. You could add maybe 93, like maybe more than the attack. In fact, sometimes the attack comes from the defense. So I would slightly chill with the calculation, but of course keep it as a main strength. He's clearly more of a concrete calculation-based player, so we could drop strategy into the 80s, maybe 87 or something like that. At the end of the day, World Championship is one tournament, and if you look at his rating, he's not clearly above others. Obviously, he's one of the top 5 players right now, but not above. So I guess 92 is fair, even though you have to put like a little star there that he's a world champion.
Now, a player card you probably haven't seen before, that I don't think anyone's seen before, so a bit of an
New one.
exclusive. Hans Niemann.
Hans and me, we go way back. We play matches
Like daily.
daily almost. I like that you have time management as his highest number. That is exactly right. It doesn't just mean pressing on the clock fast, because everybody could try to do that, but he's able to do it without compromising too much on his level of play. So his time management indeed should be very high. Just for fun, I could bump it further to like 91, 92, just to show, that it's really, really good. Likes to attack the king. 87 is, it's actually second highest, so okay, it's reasonably high. Sometimes the time helps with the defense, right? His defense is coming through, but he does have tendencies like tilt.
It does fall apart sometimes.
Falls apart. Yeah, he does. So I understand why you put it lower. I would maybe keep it as the lowest number, but maybe have it above 80. So I would have strategy intuition higher and calculation lower, just to show that I feel it's very subjective, because it's really hard. Like Hans is the hardest player to decipher.
If you could sum up Hans in one sentence, give him an overall score.
You can't reduce Hans to one number. He's much bigger than that. He's so incredibly unstable. So I had Vidit on 88 because of the friendship point. Hans, because he's a bad boy, will get an 86.
And let's move on to Magnus.
You've dropped the attack below 90, yeah, just to show that you're impartial, yeah, and you can't be both, yeah.
No comment.
He had his style evolve, despite there not really being a need for it. Like 2013 Magnus, the one who played Vichy, such a dry player, very clean endgame, positional, no sharpness at all. And then he added the dimension of attacking. Okay, let's make it 89. Strategy plus intuition combo should be extremely high, but just okay, because you need to leave room for gods to play chess and Stockfish and Alpha Zero. So I would keep them both above 95. This is exceptional. His intuition and strategy combination is exceptional. Time management, it's not surprisingly not as good as you would expect someone like him to have. It's good, but sometimes he's on the slow side, and he wastes time sometimes, and he regrets it quite quickly.
Especially against Gukesh.
When he's already low on the clock and he understands, okay, I have to speed up, he speeds up. And some people who are really time trouble addicts, they don't speed up.
Whoops.
Overall time management, one of his weaknesses. The main weakness he has, he sees his own tactics very well, but he misses things from opponent. He misses resources from opponent, and I don't see where to put it into here, but maybe you can put it into calculation, perhaps. Tactics, not like his main strength. Main strength is still, like the strategy and positional understanding. And also it comes a little bit from, this whole like arrogant kind of vibe. You have to be like arrogant in a good sense of it, like in the chess. You have to try to beat your opponent, to think you are better than your opponent. It's this famous quote, think that your opponent is an idiot until proven otherwise. Sometimes that idiot finds a move that you missed, and you don't expect the idiot to find a good move.
I've never heard that quote before, Anish. Is that yours?
No, it's his.
My opponent is an idiot till proven otherwise.
My only good experiences with him were when he would blunder, and the blunders would be because he would miss my move. Because he assumed like, okay, what can this idiot have in mind? How can he ever beat me? And then I made a move. It was actually hilarious. I made a move. I got up from the board, and we both were thinking for half an hour. He in his own time, I in his. And the more we both thought, the more we realized that I'm winning. And we both were shocked to find that, because we both couldn't believe that I can ever be winning against him. But it happened, So some minor, flaws he has compared to like a Stockfish or God. But of course, everything has to be close to 90 or above.
So he is
overall,
human, but pretty superhuman.
I'll put him on 95 overall.
Let's move on to Hikaru Nakamura.
Wow, this is also a nice one. Hikaru claims that he has intuition, but I think it's just very quick calculation. I don't think it's intuition what he uses. I think he calculates, but just very quickly.
Okay.
So I would put calculation higher, strategy intuition a bit lower, just to showcase that that's his style. Of course, in Blitz, his time management is absolutely superb. In Classical, he's not a very fast player. He defends tremendously, this for sure. This is his one strength, so I agree there. He has one weakness that right after the opening in the early middle game, he gets very sloppy in that phase. So I would put calculation a bit more than strategy and intuition, but keep these other things quite high as well.
Overall fairish.
I like what you did there, and 91, nice. Give 92 because for the streamer points.
And that leads us on to another good friend of yours, Jan Nepomniachtchi.
It's interesting. Is Jan a calculation or intuition? Definitely an intuition-based player. More often like a dynamic intuition, which is more or less what you showed here by putting strategy low and intuition higher than calculation. You did great there.
Thank you.
And you did great with the time management. You know, at the top recently, not so many people get to attack much, yeah?
Yeah.
It's hard to attack. Everybody is not letting you to attack the king anymore.
That's my excuse. It's not my fault that I put the numbers low. It's just their opponent's fault.
You know, let's
Everyone's
just
openings are too good.
keep one card, just so that I give it to you, like one card where I'll just say you did everything perfectly. And this will be this one.
Okay, this was the one I got the most hate for, the most heat for. So.
Really? Okay, I don't know why
Maybe
he's
the
overall
overall,
88. He should
yeah.
be higher. Of course, he's a top 10 player for many years. He should be 90.
Anish, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to get more,
No,
more negative
that's okay.
feedback.
Still, when you have a card with numbers, people expect that this number is the average of the others.
I blame FIFA. I blame FIFA for that, for leading us astray.